Are you thinking about opening a storefront cake store or a bakery of any kind? Today I want to walk you through top 10 things to know before you open a cake store. Are you ready? Number one, understand the business. The business, it's not about passion and it's not about cake. Opening a bakery is more than baking cakes or pastries or treats. Understand the back end of the business. Understand things you need to know like taxes, city requirements, permits, staffing, employee retention, firing, hiring, customer service, POS stations. You need to understand state laws, city laws. You need to understand food certifications. You need to understand business licensing and renewals. Renewals of those licenses, guys. There's so much to learn. There's so much to learn. Please understand the business side of what you're trying to open and not just the passion. Don't open a business because you have a passion for it, because passion will only get you started, but the knowledge that you have, the research that you've done, that's what's going to keep you going in the long run. All right, so that's number one. I have a list here, so I'm going to read it to you so it'll be faster. Number two, don't open a business you cannot scale. Not every business is scalable. Don't anyone tell you otherwise. Not every business is scalable. I am a custom cake designer. It's not a scalable business, guys. Don't it's not scalable. In other words, if I'm not here, the business cannot run without me for a long time. So let's say I had another custom cake designer like me, or people that have bakeries where they have like 2 to 3 designers, or they've grown to that scale. Maybe it can, but for the most part, most custom cakers are best left at home. I don't want to say it in a negative way, but I believe your business can prosper even to 6 figures and more from home. It's not necessarily a storefront type business. Now, bakeries can be storefront. Things like cookies, cupcakes, non-custom cakes, okay? People that do cakes that are similar. Like if you think Brookie, for example, in Australia, she does cookies, cupcakes, and a particular type of cake. It doesn't make her uncreative. It's just the kind of niche that she's chosen. And it's teachable, so it's scalable, so the business can run without her. Start researching what you can create that is scalable. Don't open a business that is too niche or too custom. Don't do it. The business cannot run without you. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just in the long run, it takes a toll on you, and you don't want something that you're truly passionate about to become a chore. So find a scalable business if you're going to go to storefront, and if you're just going to move it out of your house, find a place that is not necessarily a storefront. So an existing kitchen or an existing space that you can move to outside of your house if you want to move outside of your house, where people can still order their cakes, pick up their cakes. If you think BD Cake in the UK, that's what I mean. A place where she goes to work, but it's not a storefront. You can just walk in, you can pick up your cakes, you can do delivery and all of that. So that's what I recommend for custom cake makers. And then if you're just trying to get into any business, understand that type of business in case if it's like a franchise or something that you can duplicate. Make sure you understand the franchise, the fees, everything associated with it. Find other franchisees. Don't just buy a franchise because it's flashy. Understand the back end of the business, guys. Okay, number 3, partnership is the secret ingredient. See, partnership builds power, it builds success. There's no success story. Like if you think of all the bakeries that are doing well, whether on social media or in person, a lot of them have family members that work with them. You cannot run a business solely on employees. You need family, you need a friend, you need a family member that is more invested than their paycheck. Do you understand what I mean? Don't run a business alone. If you have a partner and one person is like handling all the paperwork, all the website stuff, all the taxes, and then you're the one that's running the hustle. I'm not saying it's the ideal thing. It would be better if both of you can do it together, like a spouse doing it together, a mother and daughter, sister and brother. Check very well. Actually on social media, look at their stories. Most of your successful bakery owners have support system, family support system. Very important. If not family, find a friend, find somebody that you can partner with long term, especially if it's your spouse. It's better. It can be tedious, but it's better. Okay? Don't run a business alone. Take it from me. It is not ideal. You need family support. And then if you know that you are going to run a business like mine that is extremely niche and your immediate family cannot help you, like family will always show up in things like, like I have 3 little kids, like, they'll show up in like support for your family outside of the bakery. I'll talk about family later, but please find partnership before you open a storefront. It's very essential. You don't want to be the only one running everything. Even in the Bible, God said, let us, in Genesis chapter 1, it says, let us make man in our own image, let us together. And then, Jesus sent his disciples in twos, that's in Mark 6. So at the end of the day, partnership is part of design. It's divinely designed for you to succeed. So get a partner, and you might be the face of the brand, but don't be the only one going through it. Every building needs pillars that hold it up, and you might not necessarily see the pillars, but it's essential. All right, tip number 4: Count the cost before you commit. Family, you already see, if your child, like, my friend Kenny does mentorship for restaurant owners, and she always asks that if your child is less than 5, don't do it. If your child is less than 5, don't. There's already so much guilt in how much you're not going to be home. A baby is like having another baby. It's going to be like pumping, like feeding, like not sleeping, like everything you do for a baby. That's what a bakery is. You don't want to miss school events and miss family events and miss birthdays. And most bakery owners work 24/7. It's not 9 to 5 like normal. So be honest with your support system. Let them know in advance what you're getting in yourself involved in, because success is sweeter when there's understanding, when everybody knows that, okay, for the next year you're not going to be home for most days of the week, and then you're going to be home at night, and you're going to be gone in the morning. Like, this thing is going to suck you out for a few weeks or a few months, depending on the kind of business you're running. Okay, so that's it about family. There's more, but let's keep it that way. So location and leasing, please drive around. I've said this in a previous video that I made. Make sure you're knowledgeable about the space that you're leasing. It's not about just finding a pretty space that is nice. And choose smart. Don't just choose big, choose smart. And if you don't need a storefront, please don't get a storefront. Get a place where you're moved out of your house. It's still a bakery space, but it's not a storefront. People can't just walk in. I promise you, you don't need it. If you're a custom caker or a custom niche bakery of any sort, you do not need walk-in customers. I repeat, you don't. If you have a scalable product, yes, then you do, So location is very important. Make sure you understand the leasing process. Make sure you understand things like tenant improvement, what you need to ask. Drive around by yourself. Download LoopNet. Find out what is available on LoopNet in the square footage that you need. I always recommend about 1,000 to 1,500 square feet for small bakeries. Start from there. You understand? Use LoopNet to find spaces. Drive there by yourself, and then hire a commercial realtor, guys. Commercial, not a residential realtor. No matter how good your residential realtor is, commercial realtor. They understand TI better. They understand the negotiations. They understand the drama that goes in commercial real estate. Also, your commercial contractor. Make sure your contractor has a portfolio. Make sure you've seen their work. Make sure they understand what grease trap is. Guys, you're going to need to know. Don't assume that somebody else is going to know the things that you need to know. There's a lot of research that needs to be done. That's why I teach I have the cake consultation. See, the cake consultation is basically 30 minutes. It's just for us to talk about the things that you want to do. Clarity, direction, kind of thing. Okay? It's nothing deep. Now, if you decide to go into it, there's more, right? So please be aware of these things. Make sure your contractor is knowledgeable. Your contractor and your realtor will be able to come together and help you when it comes to reaching out to the landlord and getting things like tenant improvement money, innovations, cost, like reduced rent, things like triple net, understanding all the parts of it. Okay? So tip number 6, you need to protect your energy and your vision. As an architect, I must tell you that a foundation is not something that you build, you pour today and you start building tomorrow. No, a foundation needs to rest. And take it from me that don't understand the concept of rest, take it from me. I know better. Rest is not laziness. You need it. A foundation isn't allowed to just be poured and move on. It will crack, it will collapse, building will fall down. The same applies to a bakery. Rest is not laziness. You need to protect your energy. You need to not be burnt out and hate the thing that you're most passionate about. So surround yourself with mentors, people that have been in your shoes. Don't do it alone. Don't run this course alone. It's hard. Okay, tip number 7. Outsourcing is wisdom, guys. Outsourcing is not laziness too. It's wisdom. Outsource cake toppers. See, there's a scale of caking or bakery that you get to that you don't have time to be cutting your toppers and making fondant to this and that. See, you're going to hire staff. I understand. We're going to talk about staffing. But at the end of the day, outsource some things. Cake toppers, if you have things that are going to make your life easier, fondant toppers. If you don't know how to make teddy bears, I always say don't make teddy bear. Outsource it. Outsource bookkeeping, taxes. Outsource deep cleaning of your bakery. Outsource delivery. Uber now has Uber package. Outsource things like that. Outsource social media if you're comfortable with it. And think practically. You can use Instacart. I'm the queen of Instacart. I Instacart everything. I pick up is it that Instacart I'm picking? I'm not going to the store. You're saving time. You see, at the end of the day, you either pay for the time or you pay for it in money. One way or the other, you're going to pay for it. So you either go to the store or you Instacart. You either break eggs or you buy hard-boiled egg that's already broken and cracked from restaurant depot, or you buy egg whites already in a carton ready to mix, or you be separating the egg whites and the egg. You choose which one. But either way, you either pay in time or you pay in money. Okay, moving on to number 8. This concept of buying in bulk. It's okay to buy in bulk, but where are you going to put it? Where are you going to put it? Because, see, 1,000 square feet of space, I would encourage you to only go up. You can't go, horizontal. You gotta go vertical. So you have a lot of things. Like I have storage that goes up. And then, make sure you're not too close to the sprinkler system. But at the end of the day, people that tell you to buy in bulk, they are right. But make sure you have storage for 5 bags of flour. Otherwise, do what's necessary. What most bakeries do that are small scale or growing, buy every week, buy bi-weekly. Do you understand? There's some things that you're just gonna have to keep buying. It's not going to be something you can buy in bulk and store at all times. And then, you know, you're going to need to understand how to store things, how to rotate things, how to profit off of things, how to reuse things, and, you know, have a good kitchen layout. But very important, as much as buying in bulk is good, inventory and all that, storage is also very important. A lot of bakeries also have offsite storage, and that's another expense. That's another $200 or so a month. So you need to understand that part of what I said earlier about business, understanding insurance, understanding taxes, a lot of expense, a lot. Understand that first. Leave passion alone. Understand the bills that are coming your way first. Do you understand? Okay, that's number 8. Number 9, flexible models. Do you really have to open a storefront? Can you bake from anywhere else? Let's talk about it. What's wrong with your current situation at home, like at home baking? Okay, so for me, I'd already exceeded. I was doing 10 to 15 cakes a week. I think max I did was 17 at home, and these were fully decorated, 1 tier, 2 tier, and 3 tier cakes. It was very busy. I also have 3 boys that are all allergic to cake products. They don't eat eggs. They've never had cake. They don't eat eggs. They don't eat dairy. They don't eat bread. They don't eat, you know, wheat and all these things. You open a bag of flour and they're sneezing. So that's the kind of conditioner. So I'll put them in their chairs and strap them, you know, or my husband will take them out or something for me to be able to be. So I bake when they're sleeping. When I was home, it was very, very tough. And the older they got, the more they went to move around and touch things. So between the scale of the business, like I didn't come to the store to get orders. I was already overwhelmed, turning people down before. So be overwhelmed, if that's a good thing to say. Have too many orders before you open a store. Okay. Number 10, build with structure and prayer and patience. Don't rush the process. Find people that have already been in your shoes. Building takes time. You need the blueprints. I mean, they take time. You know, foundations take time. Your bakery is no different. I mean, pray for wisdom, pray for opportunity, pray for growth, not too much growth. And then, you know, not just an opening day, but you pray for a lot of things, and most importantly, so your dreams can settle. So I wish you all the best. I want the best for you. If you need more information, if you need more direction, if you need somebody to hold your hands to it, whether you're just contemplating it and you're like, okay, I have all these passions, I'm thinking of opening a bakery or any other kind of business, or if you already, you know, you're like, I have the money, I have the time, I have the family support, I'm very sure I really want to open a storefront of some sort, then reach out to me. Let's talk. We can walk you through it. Can recommend like everything from finance to realtors to contractors to everything you need to make your journey easier. Don't reinvent the wheel. All the best. Ciao.